Mr. Swalwell is recognized for 5 minutes on his amendment.
Mr. Chairman, I appreciate the Chair working in a bipartisan way to address the threat that cybersecurity poses to our country, our national security, the public's safety, and of course, the security of industry. My amendment would strengthen the substitute amendment to H.R. 3107 by encouraging DHS, the Department of Homeland Security, to take a broader view in its cybersecurity workforce recruitment. Protecting our cyber infrastructure is one of the most critical elements of Homeland Security, and it's fitting that we talk about it today during Cybersecurity Awareness Month. It's particularly relevant for my district as well, which includes northern Silicon Valley in California. Cyber attacks are growing, and they affect all aspects of our society. For example, a survey released last month by the National Small Business Association found 44% of small businesses have been the victim of cybersecurity attacks, and 90% are either somewhat or very worried that their business could be next. Just last Friday, a British man was arrested after repeatedly hacking into our government computers, including ones in our military. And I also have in my congressional district 2 national laboratories, Lawrence Livermore and Sandia, both of which have cybersecurity defense operations. To protect our government and our nation from these attacks, we need the best and brightest minds at DHS, the lead domestic agency in cybersecurity. That's why I'm glad we're marking up H.R. 3107 today and want to thank the subcommittee ranking member Clark for introducing the bill. Among the many ways that 3107 would do that is to require DHS to develop a comprehensive strategy in enhancing its cybersecurity workforce. My amendment would improve this plan by indicating that DHS should include an effort to recruit from experienced professionals, members of disadvantaged or underserved communities, the unemployed, and veterans. This goes beyond what DHS generally does now. With respect to veterans, I had firsthand experience with seeing the training that our military receives just back in August when I visited Afghanistan, and I saw that those on the battlefield are working with very complex IT systems day in, day out, and I want to make sure that we reap the benefit of the training they've received on the battlefield when they leave the battlefield and enter the workforce, and are looking to them for what they can offer in cybersecurity defense. DHS has concentrated its current cyber recruitment and training strategy on students, recent graduates, and existing DHS employees, important classes to look from, and this is reflected in its programs such as Emerging Leaders in Cybersecurity, Cyber Internships, and Department of Homeland Security Cyber Rotations. But there are many other people in these groups who could make a positive contribution to our cybersecurity, such as those listed in my amendment. DHS needs to develop a plan to seek out these individuals, bring them into the department, and help train them for a job in cybersecurity. This is especially important right now. One of the most critical groups who face unemployment are folks with college degrees nearing retirement who have IT skills, but if they are unemployed, face the prospect of having a very difficult time finding a pathway back to meaningful employment. So just to illustrate, a Pew poll in 2010 found 79% of families with incomes of $75,000 a year or more have a computer, compared to 38 to 42% of families earning less than $30,000. So it's my goal through this amendment to encourage DHS to make sure it is recruiting those who may need a job the most and may otherwise be hard to reach, but are still otherwise qualified. While our economy has made great strides since the end of the Great Depression, the Great Recession, many are still struggling, especially in our disadvantaged communities. The figures are worse, where African American unemployment is 12.9%, for Hispanics it's 9%, and for recent veterans it's 10%. So, Mr. Chairman, with that, passing my amendment would encourage DHS to look at all of these groups, seek people beyond the usual suspects, and help our cybersecurity, because it ensures we leave no stone unturned in seeking the best and brightest minds to make sure that we are protecting individuals, government, and private industry. And with that, I encourage all members to support my amendment and yield back the balance of my time.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion on the amendment?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chaffetz is recognized.
Thank you. I think the gentleman, I think the spirit